Okay, here now to react is Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst. Judge, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so if the president submitted his answers in writing, and as we just learned, Giuliani says what the president wrote down does not contradict what we read in the court filings today that Michael Cohen said. Isn't it possible that Mueller went through and was like, wait a second, this contradicts what Cohen said, and that's how Cohen now is in trouble and is making this deal?
Well, let's look at it this way. As our colleague Rick Leventhal just reported, Cohen was debriefed for 70 hours. So if it's 7 hours a day, that's 10 days, probably over the course of a couple of weeks. We don't know what he told the special prosecutor in that time period. But whatever it was enough to reduce his exposure from about 60 years to 6 months. Where do you get 60 years? Well, it's 5 years per lie, and there were a dozen or so lies to which he admitted. So to get that kind of a reduction, you have to trade for it. And when you trade for it, you have to give the special prosecutor something. Question, what did he give him?
Well, wait. I don't want to let you go without asking about what you just said. So you said a dozen or so lies. I read the court filing. I saw 2 big points of discrepancy. Well,
I'm talking about the lies to which he has pleaded guilty in 2 courtrooms in Lower Manhattan. One, where his adversary is the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York. The other, where his adversary today is Bob Mueller. All of those taken together, a maximum of 60 years, now down to a maximum of 6 months. You don't get that kind of reduction.
How do we know he's getting 6 months for both things put together?
Well, we don't know, but we know that he expects 6 months because that's what's in the plea agreement. So we know that the government agreed to ask for 6 months. The court is not obliged to comply with the government's request. But normally when the government and the defendant ask for the same thing, the court grants it.
But, Judge, he was asking for 6 months in this case from today. That doesn't cover what the Southern District of New York is doing.
It's 6 months. So the Southern District of New York agreement is also for 6 months. The question is, what did he give them in order to reduce it all the way down to 6 months? We don't know, and Rudy Giuliani doesn't know. But is it a coincidence in timing that this came out after the president's certified under oath answers were in? And is this an effort to say, hey, we've got something to contradict you? We don't know, because we don't know what he said in those 70 hours of debriefings.
Okay, so a lot is being made of this communication that went back and forth between Michael Cohen and Felix Sater, who is, essentially described as an extension of the Kremlin, sort of I mean, like so many of the high-ranking people we hear about in Russia, does a little bit of everything. It's all related to money, and it's all related to Putin. So the 2 of them are having a conversation back and forth about maybe this deal with the president, maybe the building, maybe he could become president. What needs to happen in that conversation in order for the president to be implicated in some sort of wrongdoing?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I think I know what Bob Mueller is trying to do. I think he's trying to show a series of agreements that somehow when you connect the dots, run through a circuitous route from the Trump campaign to the Kremlin. Not everybody in the agreements knows everybody else, and it takes a series of agreements, which means like a jigsaw puzzle, and you got to fill in the pieces, and some of those pieces were filled in today by Michael Cohen. But if the president has said under oath, I had no deals in Russia, and I wasn't doing anything in Russia, and Michael Cohen, as lacking in credibility as he is, can contradict that, and Bob Mueller can find corroboration for Michael Cohen's contradiction, well, that helps him in his case against the president.